I mean, because you might say we're a revert community,
Mm.
how, and as I said, maybe the sister's family is not Muslim. She's coming into the community. Is she safe? Have we made it safe? Have we made it difficult? Not even difficult, but if a brother's coming, he's got to have his A game. But is she vulnerable? Are sisters vulnerable because the community hasn't raised the bar, or the level
Very vulnerable.
in the community? Like, man can't, right, I'm not even gonna approach
Extremely
no one
vulnerable.
until I've got everything patterned down. But he said, nah, you can get married easy, man. Just go there, speak to their mom. I'll
Yeah,
back you up, and it's this that done
yeah.
deal.
Extremely
Like,
vulnerable.
It's either
how
there's
do
two. It's either the two extremes. It's either the the family are making it impossible for them to get married because there's too many restrictions, too many boxes to tick,
yeah.
or it's just easy. Like as you can say, any
Easy,
man
yeah.
can just run through and
Run through and bounce.
couple bars and take the ring. You see it, but it's like there
Mm,
needs to be a balance. There needs to be a medium. Like our daughters are not charity cases. You get me? It can't always be about money because I'm
yeah.
not trying to sell my daughter. So it's
Mm,
like
Mm.
I want to ask you, what do you think is reasonable? What
Mm.
do you think is reasonable? What can you do? Like, if you're gonna take, I already feed my daughter. I clothe her. She lives here.
mm,
She's good. You're gonna
mm,
take her out and make her be in a worse condition that she's already in. It's not happening.
Nah.
mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, have you got your own property? Are you looking to rent? How much have you thought about how much it's gonna cost? I want to ask these questions. If man's like you don't know what he's saying, then I'm thinking you ain't ready for marriage. You ain't thought this out. But if a man knows what his outgoings are, what his incomings are, what he's looking to make, if he can put 3 months aside and give that as dowry to what the expense or whatever, I'll say, do you know what? I already know you already got my daughter for at least 3-4 months. You're good. But you're gonna
Mm,
grind, you're gonna work hard, and you're gonna come to me for support if you need it. Because I'm your
mm,
father too, I'm your family too now, you see it.
All right.
So I can see you can if you're gonna take my daughter and after I've accepted you and I can see that you're the right match, I know you're not gonna struggle. Because why am I gonna put like I said, my daughter in a situation where I know they struggle from the get-go? I ain't gonna do
mm,
that. Don't make no sense. It
mm,
don't make no sense. And that's what happens with vulnerable sisters. They get put in situations where they're struggling from the get-go. Or
yeah.
maybe it was nice, the 1-2 weeks honeymoon period was nice, you get me? Roses, this and
Mm,
that. Do you know what I mean? Hotels, quick holiday. But then realistically, when you're coming back to real life now, what is there to show? What's the brother really got to show for you? What is he gonna give you? What's he gonna,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Like, you see, in my situation, I'm kind of blessed because, like, I
Mashallah.
would have, if I would have met you as a father, I probably wouldn't have ticked none of your boxes. And it's now I'm being real. And it's kind of like sometimes it takes, teamwork for you to blossom. Sometimes it takes you to marry the sister for her
Mm,
to give you that love, to know
mm,
that you got this woman that's got your back, for you
mm.
to now bring out the best version of yourself. Because now it's like, right,
100%.
now I
But you
got
know
this.
what?
Mm.
You know
And,
what?
and and but then we could both be sleeping on the floor together. We could
Yeah.
both be
Mm.
grinding. We got 20p to our name, like we're going through it together. And it's kind of like if I would have met you as a dad, it's like, well, you ain't ticking no boxes. And it's like, see where
Let
I'm
me,
coming
let, let,
from?
I ain't trying to be
Yeah,
too harsh, but I'm gonna say
I get
it
you.
can't run in it. I'll say you sleep on the floor and let my daughter enjoy the heating of the yard until you fix
Yeah,
up. You get me? So
yeah.
it's like I appreciate the hustle and it's like I've come from nothing as well. So I know, just like yourself, my brother. Allah my back. You get me? I know.
Mm,
So it's like if I can see, if I can look into a man's eyes, if I can feel a man's energy in his presence and can see that he's real and what he's telling me is the truth, then I can say, do you know what? I wanted this and this, but you've got that, and I can work
mm,
with it. Come back in
mm,
6 months. Come back in 4. Do you know what I'm saying? If you come back in 6 months and you're at the same situation, something ain't right.
yeah,
If you
yeah,
can, if
yeah,
we
yeah.
can do meetings every couple of weeks or whatever, and you can say, and you came to me and said, I got 1 penny to my name, but I'm gonna go for this job interview in 2 weeks, or I'm opening up this business here, and I'll say, okay, well then let's see what the situation is in 3 months. if I can see that it's improvement and you actually really want to marry my daughter, you're gonna put the work in. Because if you're telling me now that you want me to give my daughter to you with nothing, and you two are just gonna, it's gonna happen, and you're gonna do it together, ride or die, say nothing, cool. But you can do that without taking my daughter's hand. And when my daughter comes to you, maybe she's gonna increase you in more. Of course, she's gonna increase you in more. But you need to at least have something for me to give you that opportunity.
You might have the basics. You might have the basics. Like you got somewhere, you've got a council flat, you've got somewhere to live. So you got a foundation to build upon. But you ain't got no car, you ain't got no money, like all these dunya things, you ain't got it. Like but you die for her though.
But
like,
you know what is,
she's with you on the road, she's safe with you. If your wife is to call you,
if your wife is to call you now and be like, I ain't got no heating, you're gonna say to her, oh yeah, in 2 weeks I'll come. Do you get me? You're gonna go and do what you need to do to get that heating sorted out. Do you get me? You're gonna, even if it was your last 20 in your pocket, you're gonna put 10 on a gas card and maybe £10 and get some milk and toilet roll and do what you need to do. You get me?
If a woman will sometimes a woman brings out the best in you, because it's like
you
wanna. It's like, because it's like, well, you got this woman now, and it's kind of like nice bringing out your masculine instincts now. So it's like, where before, because I tell you, before I was married, it's like, because remember, we're coming from Jahiliyyah, so there's certain behaviors that is like, I might have been battling, and once I got married, I might have slipped up a little bit, and it's like, because you got this good wife here now, it's like, bruv, you can't do that no more. Like, you can't. It's like, now you understand. It's like, bruv, you can't, like, that's not acceptable no more. So it forces you now to like level up. Where if you're just a bachelor and you're a single man in your yard by yourself, it's so many things that it's like you can just be tempted by or strayed by. And it's like, this is why I think the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says, like, marriage is half your deen, because it's like, when you're married now, it kind of, I think it just changes the whole psychology as a man. You know what I'm saying? So,
but that's for certain
people.
You get me? So it's like what Bilal said, innit? The eyes never lie. You can look in a man's eyes and find out what he's really like. You get me? So it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, it's okay as a father to be like, do you know what? Yeah, I hear where you're coming from. Show me the progress. You get me? But right about now, as a father, my daughter's gonna stay here with me. Do you see where I'm coming from? Because I'm a protector. I'm her. You get me? Right about now, you're saying you want to be that. I'm gonna allow you to do that. So let's see where you're gonna be in such a time, and because I feel like as fathers, as parents, we really need to like extend the time frames. You know, are you lot really sitting down? Do you lot really know each other? Yeah. Like, because it's like what Abdullah just said. Yeah, you see the woman. You see a woman. A woman can make you change everything about yourself, whether it be for the good or the bad. Yeah. And I wanna thank Allah for blessing me with my woman. Yeah. And I'm sure the brothers want to bless, thank Allah for the blessings that they've had, because it's like a good woman will make you run a hurdle, like run a race, jumping over 1,000 hurdles, and you're still not tired because you have purpose, bruv. And if you ain't got a woman that's giving you that purpose, that drive to want to do this thing here, brother, it's null and void, bro. You ain't gonna do all the rest. Do you get me? So if my daughter is your purpose, you're gonna put things into action. And if you're showing me that you can't put that into action, then I'm seeing it as my daughter's not your purpose, then, my brother. So you're not really riding out how you really want to ride out for. Do you get me? Because I'm gonna tell man from now. You see, previously before marriage, I was a mess, bro. And I came in with my marriage with my mess and my 1,000 bags. And I'm letting man know I still got a couple bags here. Do you see where I'm coming from? For that woman, you start dropping certain bags and you're like, all right, cool. You start losing that. And you start buying new clothes and putting it in your wardrobe, and you get me? and your chest of drawers, because you're like, this is where I'm trying to stay, so I'm trying to pattern up my house, and that's what a good woman would do. So if my daughter ain't allowing you to think like that, then I'm looking like, I don't think she's ready for you, bro.
But then there's certain brothers like that. You know, there's one brother from Brixton, for example. He's got beer money, and he might be able to have 4 wives, for example. So he might just be like, your daughter's just one of many, innit? So he might be able to like overly provide and achieve. Like his attitude might be like, it's like your daughter ain't the one like that. But I'm gonna do what I need to do. But he's not. But he's already doing that. He's already got his little money, and because it's like he's got money, but it's like, wow, these sisters get treated bad, and it's like the money is some like a control mechanism, and the money is it's like just a way to abuse them as well, like to control them and to, like I said before, sometimes man's got money, and it's like the money is, it's like a mask for man's insecurities. So it's like a man might not know how to love a woman or to value a woman, and his money's his tool to just do what he wants, and he might tickle your boxes. It might be like he's got a nice yard for your daughter. He's a hardworking man. He's got a business. He wears the kufi. He's got the phone. He went and studied for a little bit. It's like, raw, like, man.